Hey everybody, this is the week 4 review. You have made it to week 4. Congratulations. Alright, so for week 4, you're going to read chapter 12 and chapter 13. Chapter 12 is on, hey everybody, welcome to week 4. You made it to the last week of class. This week, your reading assignment is chapters 15, The Patient as an Individual, chapter 16, The Communication Process, and chapter 23, Performance Improvement and Customer Service. So for this week's discussion, the first response is to review pages 335 through 336, and that is on Maslow's hierarchy of hierarchy of needs. According to our text, what are the 5 levels of Maslow's hierarchy of needs? So list how Maslow has them listed. Then in your own words, list the order of needs that means the most to you, starting from the most important to the least important. So your level 1, the widest part of the triangle, should be your most important, up to level 5, your least important. And then explain why you ranked it the way you did for each level. Response 2, and going back to the first response, I will reply to that. I'm not telling you right or wrong, so you don't have to go back and look, because you're putting it into your prioritization. So the questions I will ask you will just to clarify why you ranked them the way you did, so you don't feel the need you change just because I question you. Response 2, review pages 515 through 517. This is customer service. You need to tell me what the difference is between internal and external customer service, and list several components that are used to determine the quality of care. So if you go to chapter 23 and find the paragraph on quality of care, you will find those examples. And then what are some examples of quality improvement? Then find the paragraph on quality improvement. I will tell you straight out, the 2 things most that I'm looking for here is that you're always striving to improve upon quality and decrease the cost involved for providing that quality of care. So you want to increase quality and decrease the cost. That's what I'm looking for. Then you have your week 4 written assignment that I referenced last week. The directions are to review the Thinking It Through green box, which can be found in your text on page 520. Then reflect on that scenario and identify your feelings regarding its content. Now, identify your feelings based on the reading for the week. So, after you review the scenario, answer the 4 questions listed underneath the scenario on page 520. Use the material you have learned this week, but also think outside the box. I suggest writing 1 short paragraph for each of the 4 questions. It is a formal writing paper, so you should have a separate title page. You should have a in-text citations within the body of your paper. At minimum, you should have your textbook referenced and cited because you're taking the information from the textbook. And then you should have a separate reference page as well that corresponds with your in-text citations. It should be at least 250 words on a Microsoft Word document, not a PDF. It should be double-spaced. The font should be either Calibri 11, Arial 11, Lucida Sans, Unicode 10, Times New Roman 12, or Georgia 11. Any of those will do. If, in fact, I'll bring this over so you can see it. These are the different fonts that you can use for your paper. Okay. Then you also have your final exam, which will cover chapters 15, 16, and 23. And then the last thing you have is your post-test. Now the post-test, unlike the pre-test, is a graded exam, and it does count for 5% of your grade, so it is imperative that you do take this post-test. It also gives us an idea of what you learned during the 4 weeks and what you've retained, so that we can better tweak the course for future students, and so make sure that you're taking that test. That's it for this week. If you have any questions, as always, please contact me. Thanks.